Good morning, everybody. How are you? Again, I'm having my problems with my voice. That's just nothing I can do about that, really. So a lot of reports are coming in about Trump's actions Sunday night, and they're saying that the intelligence community is saying that they only put back the Iranian nuclear program about 3 months or so. That it didn't obliterate it. Trump still insists he obliterated it. Now, if you go back to the first term with Donald Trump refused to read intelligence briefs, daily intelligence briefs, because he didn't believe them. He went about his life and he runs about running the government on his own opinion, his whims, his gut, his whatever. And everybody says, that's what makes him such a genius. Trust me, he's not a genius. He's a just a conceited, egocentric fool. As far as intelligence goes, there's 3 types of intelligence available from that part of the world. One is electronic, which comes from the sky, the spy satellites and all the electronic gear that we've dumped over there from ships and whatnot, monitoring communications and everything else, okay? And the spy satellites that take pictures of ants crawling across the desert, all right? Number one, they know when that satellite is overhead. Number 2, they know you're listening to everything they say. They're not in any way thinking that they're better than everybody else and that they can figure out a way around it. So they use code, they use misleading information and whatnot, which has been going on in that field since it was really started, I think, by the North Koreans, but it was Vietnam that really became misinformation became the leading topic, and they were able to send stuff to people like Rolling Stone magazine that was untrue, and they printed it, and they did it honestly. They weren't trying to, they weren't collusion or anything. They were misled like everybody else. So misinformation is a big thing. So you really don't know. Now that's the electronic side of it. On the what they call human asset side, there are 2 forms of human asset. We have nothing over there, as far as I know, as far as I can tell, in direct or top-level intelligence from that gathering in that respect. What we do have is the Jesuits. Jesuits is a part of the Catholic Church that has been used as its enforcement arm and intelligence arm for, I don't know, as long as the Catholic Church has been around, I guess. These people are people that, their assets are people that have lived there and are members of society over there and have been there for long enough to position themselves in all sorts of different positions, scholars, engineers, whatever. And they will release, and they are their on-ground assets. They are probably superior to the next in line, which is the Mossad. The Mossad is the only official intelligence gathering organization that's able to get any information whatsoever. And again, they use people that have been in place for years as civilians that have lived there. So there you have a situation. Now you have Donald saying one thing and the intelligence community saying another. Which is right? I'm going to lean towards the intelligence agency because they have actually tried to look into it, where Donald is just going, well, we dropped all those bombs. That's it. It's what did Headsworth say? Oh, he said we destroyed it. We're done. It's over. War over, everything. War is never over in that part of the country. I discussed this a little bit yesterday, telling you what everything, the tribal situation that's existed in that part of the world for a long time. You're looking at Iran, and first of all, what keeps things pretty quiet, you have 3 countries there that are very aggressive: Iran, Iraq, and Syria. You've got Lebanon, but Lebanon's been blown up so many times, I'm not sure that they're functional. Now, money sources, Saudi Arabia finances terrorism, and that's something that, the United States is going to have to do something about sometime in the future. I don't know if they ever will, because every politician that's ever been in office has had deals with Saudi Arabia, mostly Republicans. But if Syria, Iran, and Iraq ever decide to work together as one country, unified, they present an extremely difficult problem for Israel and the United States. They're some of the biggest weapons, but they're the three biggest weapons buyers other than Israel in the area, and Saudi Arabia, of course, but they don't buy, they get gifted weapons. So you understand the situation now a little bit better, right? Those three countries don't really like each other. It's the tribal thing, and it has been done in the past on a limited effect, where somebody has come along and been able to unite them. The Ayatollah can't do it because it's the different religious factions and the fact that they're different societies and whatnot. Apparently, the Quran is something like the Muslims is something like the Catholic Church, where you have, or the Jewish religions, where you have everyday Catholics, run-of-the-mill Catholics, rich Catholics, and then you have the devout, the ultimate ones, right? So those three levels exist in all religions. I guess, I don't know. I don't study religion. I don't believe in it. But anyhow, that's part of the reason these three countries can't get together. The other fact is the egos of the people, the leaders that are in the country. Some of them want to be like Saudi Arabia. They want to negotiate. They want to have money, and what have you. I don't know exactly what these countries have in terms of assets that they can sell, other than oil. Oil is the only thing that's I know of over there. If they could develop some of these minerals everybody's looking for that China controls, they could probably become greater. They had tourism, but because of their wars with Israel, most of the historical sites and whatnot are gone over there now. So there's nothing for them to. There's nothing for much for them to sell to people to come visit them, and it's a war-torn area. You don't want to be there. I mean, Lebanon was one time considered one of the 7 wonders of the world or something. Beirut, that area. Now it's a garbage dump. You know, they every time they build it up, they destroy it. And they build it up for a few years, it starts to get back to what it looked like, and then they come along and they have a war with somebody. Somebody drops Israel, or somebody else drops a few bombs on them. So what may we look forward to? Well, the U.S. is preparing for cyber attacks, which I'm sure will be coming from that part of the world. Disruption of oil lines and whatnot, they're saying that no, that won't happen. Yes, it will. If those three countries are smart, they won't focus their energy on Israel. They'll focus their energy on converting Saudi Arabia and getting hold of their cash, or disrupting Saudi Arabia's oil supplies. Because it can't get much worse for Iran. I mean, you know, they're disrupting their nuclear energy programs, so they might as well disrupt the energy programs of Saudi Arabia. I know it did work out well for Hussein when he went into, when he tried to go over there and disrupt Kuwait, you know, which is nothing more than, you know, all the leaders of Kuwait went to London and stayed in first-class hotels while the war was going on over there, what war there was. Nobody knows how the Saudi army will react. Will they react the way... They have a good air force. Will it react properly or will they not? You know, nobody knows. But Saudi isn't trying to, you know, Saudi is a in the background top operation. Saudi Arabia. Iran has nuclear capabilities, and they have a very large cyber activity, and I think that's where they'll start to affect everything. If you can hijack the instrumentation on large oil tankers, you can cause a massive mess over there. So, we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But it's not over. There's not going to be peace, forever peace. Donald Stupid, you drop a few bombs. These people have been fighting wars since before Jesus Christ. Okay, they've been fighting each other. They've been fighting other people, fighting amongst themselves. They're just naturally that way. It's the tribal influence. It's bloodlines, My family doesn't like your family, so therefore we're going to have a small, compact little war between us. Well, now that's gotten a lot greater, a lot larger, so we don't know the extent of what's going to really happen now. But if Trump wants a Nobel Peace Prize, give it to him. Because within 6 months it'll be a useless piece of garbage. Donald Trump is not going to go down in the history of the world as a great president unless something really spectacular happens. Okay? On the good side, and that's not the way he's running this country now. He's taking this country backwards. Are some of the stuff he's doing that in the various departments, are they necessary? Like Kennedy made a good statement. He's got like 15% more employees after COVID-19 than he had before, and he doesn't need them. So what do you do with them? Lay him off subject to recall in case there's another emergency. I mean, that's basically what you can do. So he's in some aspects he's right, but when they save money, they don't put the money back into programs that might help humanity. They go away from it, how to get away from the Trump situation. And let's go take a look at Robert Kennedy and what he's doing. He wants everybody to have a wearable watch. I wear a wearable watch because I have health issues, blood pressure, stuff like that. I'm almost 80 years old. But it's not connected to the internet. You can use it without connecting it to the internet. And he wants these smartwatches and everything that are connected to the internet, and he wants everybody to wear one within 4 years. Which means that on any given day, they'll be able to tell where you are. They will be able to tell you basically what you're doing, but where you are is important. Your physical condition is secondary to where are you. So if you're an outspoken critic such as myself and some of the other people on the internet, you don't really want them to know where you are. They know where I am, and I don't care. But not when I'm walking down the street. They don't know who I go to visit and who else I talk to. I don't want those people to get in trouble because if they wanted to be in trouble, they'd be broadcasting videos and making noise like I am. So, I don't want that. So it's a big brother's watching you situation, They figured out about the time that movie came out, Orwell's 1984, and the book came out, they discovered that cable TV, that little on and off light there, can actually broadcast. And that was a scary thing, so anything's possible out there. Okay, listen, do me a favor, all right? Subscribe to me, all right? Do that. Subscribe, like me, whatever. Say something in the comment section, and maybe we can get together and talk about things. You can give me ideas. Subscribe just gives me the ability to be slightly more influential. It doesn't make me any more money, all right? I'm not making money off of this. Some of the things, that's why it's such a basic thing, because I don't have money to spend. I'm not rich, famous, or anything else. I'm just an old guy that's got an opinion or two or three or four. So anyhow, You all have a nice day, and I will see you mañana, hopefully.